What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from This is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Tiny Cities from New Jersey. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing great. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how did you form?
Go ahead, Melissa. You could take that.
Um, well, see, my perception of time is terrible. Is it 2 years now, Dennis?
No. I
No.
well,
How old
let's
are
see,
we?
the end of 2024, right? And then
Okay,
we
the end of 2024, we started Tiny Cities, and we released our first EP in. We're
2020.
so interesting.
I think in January.
In January of that year, yeah. And we actually we knew each other years ago, just as solo musicians. We'd just see each other in passing, and then there was a day where Dennis wanted a female vocal on one of his songs, and when we sang together, we just loved our blend of voices, and we just decided this might be something we should work on. So we started with that little EP, came out with a covers album after, and then we just released our latest record, which was really exciting. So we just got together and haven't shut up about music since.
Yeah. Um, it was pretty easy because Melissa's been playing and I've been playing myself independently. So we kind of been doing it for a while, but I was just like, as Melissa was saying, before I asked her, I was kind of getting tired of myself. And, when I saw her perform again at this venue down the Jersey Shore in, what's the name of that town?
The Cafe Artiste in Ocean Grove,
Oh yeah, Ocean
or
Grove, right?
it may
Yeah,
be considered Neptune there.
right next to this little town called Asbury Park. I don't know if you've heard of that, but everybody knows Asbury. Um,
Silly guy.
Yeah, and then I remember, so we were on the same bill, and I remember as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, "Oh, yeah, where have you been?" Because we live our lives and we're just so
Hiding.
busy. And I just love, Melissa's tone of voice and her songwriting, and it's pretty easy, and she's easy to get along. So I was like, "Can you help me out?" And then it was a great experience, and we just continued from there.
Honor of the scene. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
Right on. So, you guys literally just dropped a new EP, beginning of the end. How's the response been to it?
going great. Um, we just played a show last night with Sarah Borges and the band, and they're, definitely a more rock and roll honky tonk, but we tend to play with a lot of different types of bands, genres, and we seem to, I don't know, just fit on a bill when you don't think it's going to work with what we're doing. People are receptive to it. They like the songs, so I think that's what really comes down to, the songs, um, and especially that I think when Melissa sings and she writes her songs, she means it, and you could feel it. So I think that's why we're able to play in a lot of different types of with different bands, artists, and venues. So far, it's going really well, and we have a limited amount of vinyl pressings, but the numbers are ticking down. So it's exciting because that was my fear being in bands in the past, where you get a bunch of 7 inches or CDs or whatever back in the day, and they would just you'd get too many of them, and they just sit in a garage, and it just breaks your heart. And I was like, this is not going to happen. So it's going great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can imagine that being really frustrating, getting like 500 CDs and like only selling like, 200, and then you have the rest just like chilling on, shelves and getting all dusty. And yeah, I can imagine that being
Staring at
really
you every day.
tough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when Melissa and I we got to record in Brooklyn at Harbor Studios with Eric Sanderson producing. I had experience working with him before, and I knew, and it was such a great experience that having an opportunity to go in there again, and but with Melissa this time and with our new songs, that I felt really positive about it. That something good was going to come out of it. I don't know exactly what, but I just thought it was going to be good just because of Eric's production and the studio itself. So things just really kind of lined up with and then meeting Hidden Tracks Records, Shane Murphy there in Boonton, New Jersey. It's like our second home now. So
Yeah.
things went pretty quick with that. How, wouldn't you say, Melissa?
Yeah. And we started by just sending each other like little voice memos on our iPhones, and then we ended up in a recording studio in Brooklyn, and it just was like very fast to the point where I was like, oh, how do I do this? And like, how did we get here? But it all like, you know, all of it feeling so fast, it also like went so naturally, and it went at a pace that like may have seemed quick, but it all just like happened in the time I think it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Like really quick.
Yeah, we recorded it back in August. Back in August for 3 days, and then like during that time, I guess yeah, that's when we were talking with Shane, and he heard some of the songs in the roughs, and he was just like, definitely, because that discussion came about really genuine and quick. I was in the record store at Hidden Tracks, and we were just talking about some bands and artists, and and vinyl, and I was like, oh man, we would love to do vinyl someday, and I was just thinking out loud, and he just simply said, "You wanna?" And we said, "Okay." So that was how it worked, and then from there, it was rolling. So now it's already March, so it's been a while since August, but that early phase was so quick, and
Yeah.
it just took a while. You got to press the records, wait a bit, do some promotion. So uh, that part was a little bit longer, but now we're already thinking in writing terms of like what's next. But we're still in the cycle of this record and promoting it, but we're already thinking about new songs. I know Melissa is.
Yeah.
Feel like that's only natural as an artist, as a musician, to just be like, constantly looking ahead and constantly thinking about like new ideas and how to make, my product better.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and you can like, sorry.
Go ahead, Melissa.
I feel like you can like inspire yourself by like seeing what you just released. You're like, oh well, I could have done this, so I'll do it on this next song, or playing the gigs to promote the record and seeing new bands. You get the vibe from someone else to say, oh, maybe that's something you should consider doing at some point, and you're like forever thinking of the next thing for sure. What were you gonna say, Jenna?
Um, we had this conversation yesterday, actually,
Mm-hmm.
about thinking about songs and production, and um, not that we have to try to better ourselves, but deep down inside, we want to, at least for the people that are starting to connect with it and are looking for something new already. Because it is an EP, they would say, "Oh, I wish it was a full length." Um, So that's good to hear. It's inspiring for us. Um, so we don't want to disappoint them more so probably than ourselves, but it really comes down first to ourselves. I think we're our worst critics, I guess, and that's a good thing, right?
Better to be perfectionist than just not care at
Yeah.
all.
Even if
Yeah.
it makes you cuckoo.
That's awesome. So what would you say your favorite and least favorite thing is about the writing and recording process?
That's you, Melissa.
I guess this is very personal because like most people would think that I know what I'm doing. But when it comes to recording, I actually don't have like I don't have musical knowledge of keys and pitch and like anything like that. So if I want to relay something, I don't know the proper way to articulate it musically. I know what I'm doing because I like taught myself and watch people and I could read like chord diagrams, but I struggled to communicate musically. So it was intimidating for me to go into a studio and say like, okay, I want this, but how do I ask for it? Or they're asking this of me, so how do I give it to them when I don't know like what my fingers are actually doing? So that's probably like the one thing that was hardest for me. But when it comes to songwriting, it's such a therapy that like there's no negative part to it. If it's even like a hard thing that I'm facing a heavy topic, it's still a positive experience to songwrite. But when it comes to the music, I'm like always.
Think you froze up there, Melissa? Yeah. Um, when she unfreezes, she'll come back. I think she's also being really hard on herself. I don't know if you could hear me, Dave. Yeah. So I think she's being hard on herself, but when she's in the studio, that was her real first experience with it. She was a natural. I think she's just a natural artist musician. And I don't know if she could hear me now and she'd be embarrassed about it, but she'll probably try to jump back in. Um, she was just a natural at it. It's just like you put a microphone of somebody who is naturally gifted and it does itself. Um, she would she would do 5,000 takes if we asked her to, and like each take probably sounded just the same, because she was that good at it. So it's really impressive. Also, the songwriting part is when you have a bunch of songs and if they sit around for too long and they start to change and take shape, that's a good thing. But sometimes it's like your original thought was the best when you go back to some of your like phone memos or something like that, and you're like, oh, that was better than um, the first time I did it after I sat on this for 2 months and changed it. You back, Melissa? She still has that. So you back? Okay. Did you hear what I was
Because
saying? Did you hear
it's
what I
probably
was?
because I was babbling, right?
No, no. Did you hear what I was saying about you?
No, I was completely off. I had to
Oh, all
rejoin.
right, good. I didn't say
I'm
anything.
also bad at technology.
Well, you got to get yourself a laptop.
It makes
Listen.
two of us, so it's all good.
Thanks, Dave. Stand up for me. Well, how are you guys? It's great to see you again.
Yeah. I was just telling them how a natural musician you are. You were being hard on yourself about should I do this? Should I do just no, just be you, and the fancy microphones will do all the magic, but it really comes down to like if it was a 57 or if it was a Neumann, I don't care. I mean, you'll still sound good as long as like you mean it,
Thanks, dude.
and so you're good. I was
Well,
just
that's something I want to mention with you is like, Dave, I've gone from like solo digging to hiding because I just didn't feel like what sometimes you're like, what's the point? Or it's really hard to share those things musically because if you're a songwriter, you're sharing intimate things. But when I got together with Dennis musically, he did make me feel like just be yourself and just do the things you want to do. And there's no reason that you shouldn't be doing that. And like that, now it's a strength that I can like get up there and I have my friend and we're like able to just be like, whatever, we're doing what we really like to do and it feels good. So who cares? But
right.
that's like a major gift that I've received being in tiny cities. So I just want to let him know because he won't let me say nice things to him when we're alone. So.
Nice.
Dennis got to be a gentleman.
That's right.
He is. He does not like compliments. I'm in a
And then
safe
Melissa,
space with my
don't beat
mediator.
yourself up. You're amazing and super talented and absolutely crushing it.
Thanks, dude. I think all artists are
Right.
mean to themselves, right?
Yeah.
Mean.
Very true. So your guys are from New Jersey. You're from my home state, greatest state in America. I like to think. So, what would you say? What's your opinion on the music scene there? Do you have a favorite local band, a favorite venue?
Mm. I think New Jersey, you're right. New Jersey is this wonderful place that has so much talent as far as musicians go. And there's these little microcosm scenes throughout the state. We always talk about this with other musicians. You've got the Asbury Park scene, and that's a really great community, and they're supportive with each other, and there's places to play, and it's awesome. It's on the beach, you can't go wrong, right? And it's got the history. You got Jersey City, which is has its own little scene as well, and then New Brunswick used to be something special back in the day. When um, Brian Fallon would play at the Court Tavern in New Brunswick, and then, so that was something. And then they used to have matinee shows on Sunday in New Brunswick, and it was a big thing. Northern New Jersey, where I was from, was a little bit of like stepchild. I mean, we were the shadow of New York City. And anytime, like, we weren't from New Brunswick or we weren't from Asbury, but um, we would kind of find our way in there. Like for a while, I was in a band called 383 Stroker before, and we used to play a lot in New Brunswick, and people just thought we were from New Brunswick. And now it's like there's in Boonton, just because of the nature of the street, there's like 2 studios, a couple places to play. There used to be the Red Room down there. There was like an all ages thing down there. So it's like, then you got the Meat Locker in Montclair, right? And that has taken so many different shapes. Like there's these young kids, and like they play this really cool metal. Like it's not, I don't know what you call it, but like there's a lot of variety. And it's just cool that everything exists out there. I think generally people are supportive. I know the community that I was from, and what I like to like lean into, like the other day at the Autodidact with Tiny Ships and Earth Stood Still. It's like, yeah, we're different bands, but we had the same ethic, I think, as far as the camaraderie. It's punk or DIY, even though we may not be straight up the same bands as them, but I think it's just the same ethic, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's good to see. So that's my perspective. I'm happy with how things are going. It's like um, there's a lot happening. You just got to get out there and do it.
Yeah, and a lot of support in communities musically, which is really nice.
You guys have a favorite local band, a favorite venue?
Hmm. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of musician friends that are in like singer songwriter types that are just good people. Um, I like, really close with Renee Maskin. She lives in Asbury Park. She's a singer songwriter, and she also has a band too. But I don't know. I also like. I think they moved to. They're still in Jersey. Ever hear of? I'm drawing a blank, but the Roadside Graves are from, I guess, Metuchen. Um, these are a little bit older bands, but they're still doing their thing. And Melissa, can you think of anybody that I'm not thinking about?
Well, yeah, because we have so many like singer-songwriter friends, I feel like we're more surrounded by singer-songwriters than our bands. But I really like, I think it's so diverse in New Jersey, and there's so many great artists that like you can't go wrong with a lot of them. But my favorite venue is Long Gone. I used to love going to the Saint in Asbury Park, just because it was small and intimate, and I saw so many cool artists there. And um, but right now, I feel like I am new to the Boonton area, and I really love the Boonton Coffee Company because that room is so cool. It's like great sound, great people. You're right outside of the coffee being brewed, but you don't feel like you are. Like it's just such a cool little space, and it's really fun to be there.
Yeah, and just like when we were young and kids, when we put on our DIY shows, they tend to pop up now and then. Now we're a little bit more of an adult, but we still kind of approach things like, let's find a place that wouldn't necessarily like. I used to love playing this old train station in Glenridge. That went down too, but like it was like an old train station, and you wouldn't think it would be a cool place to have put on a show, but it was just a lot of fun doing it. Um, so like those kinds of places. Let's see. The That was my first time playing at the Autodidact. Dave? Have you been there for a bunch of shows?
I've been to Autodidact probably like 3 or 4 times. So I tell people it's now probably my spot whenever I go back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That was my first time there.
Are you gonna go to the? I think IDK is playing there next week. Maybe there's a bunch of shows.
I'm about to
Um.
check the calendar.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's nice because it always gives me a reason to go back home.
Yeah.
Great bartenders, great beer, great vibes, great, just great everything.
Yeah. And I know that Craig, who puts on these shows, um, also is like the Flounder Brewing Company in Jersey. Something Elephant Brewing Company. There's a lot of breweries. So it seems like Craig, who puts on these shows, like really tapped into these breweries that would lend itself to like the music that maybe we grew up on, where it's like post-hardcore bands are now go to breweries and drink their beer, but they a lot of people come in like. I used to really enjoy the Get Up Kids back in a long time ago, and I know the singer or one of the guys came and played around here in Jersey. I don't know if you were at that show, Dave, but that's like that kind of scene seems to be happening in Jersey with these three breweries.
I'm so pissed I missed that show.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that
love Matt Pryor. I love the Get Up Kids. They're one of my biggest influences. I
cool.
would love to be in a band like that someday with like keyboards and the emo pop punk thing. So we'll see. I got to get better at drums first.
Oh yeah, I didn't know you were a drummer. So like, do you have a band?
No, no, I just right now just taking lessons and trying to get better and just, baby steps, like, one step after the other. And right now I'm working on Avril Lavigne, My Happy Ending, and I'm working on this one song by the my drum instructor's band. And I'm having a blast, and I feel like I'm 10 years old. Like I wanted to do it when I was a kid growing up in
Cool.
Randolph, but I couldn't because of wrestling and baseball. My parents didn't want to pay for it. But now that I'm retired,
Yeah.
I have the time for it. I'm like, you know what? I got the money for it. I might as well invest into what truly makes me happy, and what I'm truly passionate about. And it's one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. So I definitely recommend it to, everybody out there.
Good
Cool.
job.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. So now I'm going to ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you. Are you ready to rock and roll?
let's Do it.
All right. First one, if you were stranded on a desert island, what three items would you want to have with you?
Go ahead, Miss Melissa.
My one cat, my second cat. I know they're not items, but I need them. And even though it's an island, I still need a heating blanket because I'm an old lady.
Oh wow.
I have high priorities. Yeah. See yourself, Dennis.
Myself. Well, I have to say acoustic guitar just because guitar. Um, because I always need to like keep like I'm holding on to this pen. I just always have to hold on to something and play with something. So I might as well like be an acoustic guitar. Um, so I wouldn't need to like then like I'm trying to think this. Then I wouldn't need to like get a stereo or anything like that because I can have my guitar and play music. Um, oh man, the other thing. Maybe a nice hatchet because you never know. You need a hatchet. And then probably a case of Tylenol because I get a lot of headaches. Isn't that
Yeah,
amazing?
I
Right?
feel you on that. That's a great pick.
Thanks.
See, I'm no survivalist. I just want to be comfortable.
Well,
Touche. Touche. Now the heated blanket, that's an amazing. I mean, I'm all about the heated blanket. Like I get cold so easy. I'm only 100 and 65 pounds, so I don't have a whole lot of fat on me to keep me warm. So I get cold really easy. So I'm with you on the heated blanket.
One
nice.
day I'll send you one.
Yes, let's go. Very
That's
cool. So what's your favorite color?
Black. The only thing I can wear because I don't know how to match colors.
I like blue. You know, I'm sorry, I have to be a typical dude. Blue. You know, because there's different kinds of blue. There's navy, there's light blue, there's pale blue, there's baby blue. Uh, I don't know. It just does something.
What's your favorite shade?
It does it for him.
My shake,
Favorite shade?
shade of blue,
Yeah.
uh, probably navy. It's almost black. Can't be as cool as Melissa.
I'm not cool about it. I just don't have style.
Yeah, you do.
It's funny because blue is actually one of my least favorite colors, but I have a lot of blue like band shirts and like flannels and shoes and hats. So it's funny how that works.
What's your
It's all
favorite
over
color?
you.
Green. I'm a green guy.
Mm,
Always have been, always will be. I tell people I feel like it fits my personality. I feel like when you think of green, you think of people that are like nuts and like crazy, like literally, and that's me. So it just like goes with like my personality.
all right. I thought maybe like growing up there was like a team or yeah, like a baseball team that you loved, or like the Jets or like something like that.
So I am a Jets fan.
Yeah,
With me being from North Jersey, I mean,
yeah.
it just, I mean, I know they're awful, but you got to support your team regardless. But no, I remember being like 7, 8 years old and just like being like, you know what, I really love green. It's different and I'm different. My personality's different. What I wear is different. The music I listen to is different. So, just roll with it. And then the rest is
Yeah.
history.
I like it. I'm glad that you said not the Eagles. You know, because being from where you live now, isn't everybody into the Eagles?
It's either Eagles or Commanders or Ravens or Steelers.
Wow, Ravens.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a,
Maryland.
it's a melting pot because think about it, you're like in 2 hours in Philly, you're 3.5 from Pittsburgh, you're an hour and a half from Baltimore.
Wow, that
Like
is a
right now, like I'm really centrally located.
yeah. There's you did you say you're in Lancaster?
I am in Hershey,
Oh,
which is
Hershey.
45 minutes from Lancaster.
Okay, okay. Because I know the one record store there. But it's right, you said Hershey. So obviously, do people give you shit or can crap about Hershey Park and that whole? How far are you from Hershey Park?
I could walk to Hershey Park from my house.
Wow.
Honestly, like it was cool at first, but now I'm done. I'm over it. Like I'm not a big amusement park guy, and if I do go to amusement parks, it's like, parks that are like not like my, backyard, so like Knoebels and like places like that. But yeah, I tell people that are, visiting, there's definitely cooler spots.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
I know. I haven't been there in ages.
well, the good news is I think I still have a couple free tickets left, so come on out. You guys can crash at my place, play at my house. I'll give you the tickets, and then we can go to Hershey Park and go on the Lightning Racer.
I don't know,
Sounds very nice.
that's nice of you, Melissa. You like rides? I don't think you do.
And then
No.
we can go to
Never
overrated
done that.
Trogs after. I personally think
What is
it's
that?
overrated. It's a brewery. I think it's overrated. I think the beer is overrated. I think the food is overrated. But like, since you guys would be like, tourists, it's like I feel like we have to like go there. But after that, then I could take you to the some of the local spots.
That's very
Nice.
nice.
I
That's
know the name.
awesome. So if you guys had $1 million and you could donate to any charity, which one?
Mm.
Oh man, you're killing me. Killing me, Dave.
Putting you on the spot.
Oh, ah. It's I love probably maybe either the Humane Society or St. Jude. I mean, those two I have to I don't know, Melissa, did you freeze again or you're thinking
No, I'm just being very still.
something
My
with
answer.
yeah, I probably do because the I'm a dog person and the dogs are like they're so much better than humans. Probably do something with the Humane Society just because they're like it's true. The dogs, however, whoever put the dogs on this earth, uh, they're like angels.
Mm.
If you believe in that kind of shit. What about you, Melissa?
Probably donate to the Alzheimer's Association. My mom works very closely in that department, and I used to work in senior care and do activities with people who had dementia and Alzheimer's. And I just think like the research is so worth furthering. They've come up with so many amazing. There's just so much progress with taking care of people who have declined in that way. So I would love to get them a little bit of something. If I made some money, I'd put it there.
That one hits home for me because I've lost the people to dementia and Alzheimer's, so that has a special place in my heart. So I can definitely relate to
Yeah,
that. Very cool.
it's probably like one of the hardest things for people to go through. So it's a toughie.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on and chatting up a little bit. The support means the world to me.
Oh,
Thank you for supporting us.
thank you, Dave. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you in
It's nice to make
Jersey.
a friend.
Maybe at Autodidact someday again.
I will be back as soon as possible. I will hit you guys up.
Sweet.
Not too hard. Oh.
Well, hopefully soon, maybe, fingers crossed, I'll be back living there full time. We'll see. I need a place to stay and I need
Yeah.
a job.
And your job and a band, future band.
Yeah. Bring the drums.
I will keep you guys posted.
Cool.
So
Nice
for the people
talking
who are
to
going to watch
you.
this interview later, where can they find your music at?
Dennis?
They can find us at Bandcamp, Tiny Cities. You can just go to Bandcamp and look up the band Tiny Cities, and you'll find us there. You can find us on Instagram Hidden Tracks Records, where you can actually go in the record store, get some vinyl, some CDs if you're still doing the CD thing, or just hit us up and we'll like mail it to you if you really want one. I don't have a problem with that. Um, that's it, really. Yeah, Instagram, Bandcamp, go to YouTube. We're working on a little bit more content there, so should be a lot of fun. Good stuff coming up.
Do what the man says. Go to the websites, buy a CD, buy a shirt, buy a vinyl, support local music. You guys are absolutely killing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you guys have a great night. We'll be in touch.
All right,
Yeah.
take care, Dave.
Peace.